Eduardo G. Ong, to PAREB President William Floresta and the rest of the National Directorate of 2017, my colleagues in the incoming National Directorate of 2018, past National President Melinda Lee, Ray Lee, Emily Cabellada, and Ed Aceron. May wala ba akong na-mention? Baka biglang magtampo. PAREB local board officers, fellow members of PAREB, distinguished guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. Dapat malakas na good evening. When I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, I realized that I slept without starting at all the preparation of my inaugural address. To most, the attitude seems reckless considering the magnitude of this event, especially so that the statements of an incoming president will set the tone and directions of PAREB for the year 2018. But for those very few who knew me, especially my wife Maya, there's nothing alarming about me without a prepared speech. I was telling myself this morning, what can you say in just 15 minutes? But seriously, after these pleasantries, which already took 2 minutes of my allotted time, allow me to navigate quickly the tone and directions of PAREB for 2018. In the year 2016, when I was the PAREB National Chairman, the National Directorate helped craft, under the leadership of past National President Emily Cabellada, a historic 10-point agenda which detailed the general thrust and directions of PAREB in the near, medium, and long terms. It was historic in the sense that in PAREB's most recent memory, in the last 10 years or so, no such detailed articulation of the various trusts and programs was made by the National Directorate. 2016 was also historic in the sense that the National Directorate crafted a mission and vision statement that distilled the dreams and aspirations of the general membership. Briefly, let us run down from today's perspective the 10-point agenda. Number 1, PAREB branding. To make PAREB the preeminent organization of professional real estate practitioners in the Philippines. To make PAREB as a brand synonymous with professional competence and integrity, just like the Realtor brand. Ambitious, yes, but this is actually doable with the right programs and activities. Number 2, e-governance. We have set up pareb.org.ph, parebmls.com, and the various social media platforms at very minimal cost on PAREB. The last 3 years saw the transformation of these sites that were unprecedented in PAREB history. The year 2018 will definitely see more improvements and innovations in our e-governance. Number 3, streamlining of operations. This is all about building capabilities of our office secretariat anchored on retooling of our people and systems. There is a need to digitalize most of our operations to improve and enhance data storage. There is a need to improve organizational transparency. With a retooled secretariat team and improved systems, a lot can be implemented and executed by our officers and the National Directorate. Number 4, amendments of articles and bylaws and manual of operations. This is a work in progress under my watch in the last 2 National Directorates. This is supposed to be the most substantive work of the National Directorate that should precede everything else. We conducted the most exhaustive consultations in the last 2 years. But as they say, we Filipinos have the uncanny weakness to discuss endlessly without resolving matters decisively. The Articles and Bylaws is the Bible, so-called, of any organization. And yet here in PAREB, we were doing things that were not at par with RESA. Hopefully in 2018, amendments will see bright light. Number 5, strengthening of membership. During the planning workshop for the incoming ND 2018 in Angeles City last month, I raised the challenge that PAREB can actually double membership for 2018. Out of the 50,000 or so of licensed real estate professionals, only less than 10,000 are organized, or just 20%. PAREB has not even tapped on the 500,000 or more salespersons, which even our current bylaws consider as potential associate members. Number 6, education. We need to drastically retool PAREB so that the public will consider us the best providers in real estate training and education. PAREB will position itself as the only real estate association with a complete package of brokerage, appraisal, and consultancy trainings. 2018 will see the establishment of the PAREB Academy, a first in any real estate association in the country. Salamat naman sa palakpak. Matagal natin pinag-uusapan to, no? But I assure you, 2018 will set up PAREB Academy. To do this, we will create a super committee under my direct supervision to ensure that within the watch of the 28th National Directorate, we will see drastic and significant effects. Number 7, CSR activities. It is always a truism that the more successful is an organization, the more responsible that it should be in sharing blessings to the community. PAREB should have more of relevant corporate social responsibility activities for 2018. Number 8, international relations. PAREB has gained a lot of headways in recent years in forging ties with our ASEAN brothers through the ASEAN Real Estate Network Alliance, or ARENA. We have made linkages with the Asian Real Estate Association of America, AREA. We will continue to explore reconnecting with our long-lost NAR affiliation. But with or without NAR, in the short term, PAREB will grow itself organizationally and focus instead on other more viable regional affiliations. Number 9, anti-colorum. PAREB has gained slow yet very significant headways in terms of awareness in our anti-colorum campaigns in the past 2 years. We have put in place the initial systems, and 2018 will hopefully see more aggressive approaches and campaigns. Number 10, IPO and government relations. PAREB has to rethink and reassess our IPO approaches. Being a dynamic association, PAREB has to do the best moves taking into account its interests as well as that of the real estate profession and industry in general. As some may say, what is new for 2018 if we have just a 10-point agenda? This query entirely misses the point that the 10-point agenda is a starting and living document. It will transform itself as the need arises and depending on the particular circumstances. Rather than action plans that changes depending on particular leadership, PAREB has set the tone of benchmarking performances of our particular officers and the particular national directorate through standards that our initial 10-point agenda have set. In PAREB, we need a healthy mix of continuity and innovation. PAREB has to reinvent, yet conscious that reinvention is anchored on unfulfilled agenda. That is why when outgoing President William Floresta gave me his 10 wish list during our planning in Angeles, I said, all his wish lists we will do not later than the last quarter of 2018. I think Secretary Jojo will be the one to do to that. But all the wish list of our President, we will do 100%. So that is what continuity is all about. Saan si Secretary Jojo? Nagtago ata. Ayan, kala ko yan ha. The wish list of our President, the SecGen will implement 100%. No? That's the deadline that we set to the SecGen. Before the first quarter, all the wish list of our President will be fully implemented. That is how continuity is all about. In addition to improving and enhancing the 10-point agenda, the National Directorate of 2018 will push for two, no? Hindi naman tayo ambisyoso, dalawa lang, milestone legacy projects. The establishment of the PAREB Academy, as earlier mentioned, and itong bago, and hopefully, the establishment of the PAREB Cooperative, pattern after the NAR Credit Union. We initially envisioned the PAREB Cooperative to be a division of any of the top 5 largest cooperatives in the country, so that we can give more benefits to our general membership. With so many tasks and only 12 months to implement, I hope and pray that all the incoming officers of 2018 will do their share to make some, if not all, of our plans a reality. As stewards, we should do our best within the given constraints. What we can only promise now is that definitely the National Directorate of 2018 will turn over the national organization to the National Directorate of 2019 in better shape and condition. Very mindful that many targets are work in progress that should be improved and polished. Before I end my speech, I saw this one this morning, a quotation from an Olympic cyclist, Christine Armstrong. She said, "It is not moving that creates new starting points. Sometimes all it takes is a subtle shift in perspective, an opening of the mind, unintentional pause and reset, or a new route to start to see new options and new possibilities." In behalf of my family and the incoming team of PAREB National Directorate for 2018, we wish all Merry Christmas and prosperous 2018. Magbuhay tayong lahat.